So when I walked through Barnes & Noble and saw that Crowfeather got a super edition, I told myself, I'm not gonna get it. I'm not gonna get it. No. So I picked it up, and I just flipped to, the, latter third of it, and immediately just my favorite characters' names just stood out to me, and I just started reading, once I saw Leaf Pool's name, and Jay Feather, and Lion Blaze, the whole gang, I started reading just in the middle of the book, and I read about 15 pages, and so since I had already read so much, I just bought it. Now, I told myself that I would never get another Warriors book, at least another physical Warrior Cats book, again, because there's too many. There's too many, okay? There's 6 times 5, 6 times, there's at least 50. I can do math. So there's 6 books per series, and there's 6 series, so that's 36, and there's a bunch of super editions, so that's even more, so there's at least 50, almost 60 maybe, if you include the manga. There's a lot. And then I just stopped buying them once they came out, because I just got older, I wasn't interested, plus the characters I liked were dead, except for Jay Feather. Once Jay Feather dies, that's when you can't go on after that. It's over. Game over. Nothing matters anymore. Nothing. I'm telling you. He's a brat, but he's our brat, I love him. And his dad, Crowfeather, is what this book is about. And everybody who's even dabbled a little bit a ways into the Warrior Cat series knows the scandalous history of Crowfeather. And can we just prepare for the inevitable drama that is about to take place? My body is ready. But when I saw it in the store, my first initial reaction was just, here we go. No. Even as I picked up the book, I was just no. I heard it takes place between the Last Hope and Bramblestar's Storm, actually. So we're going pretty ways back in time, considering they just finished the new series Vision of Shadows. By the way, I'm not gonna finish Vision of Shadows. It was such a good time, but I heard that Tiger Heart became Tiger Star. That's it. That's where I draw the line. Sometimes things just have to end, and once that happens, blow up the whole lake now. Actually, he's gonna be the one to blow up the whole lake. I'm not gonna be there for it, though. I'm gone. What I really wanted to comment on before I started was tell you my opinions on the Crowfeather ships, because that's definitely going to come into play in this book, I bet. The Aaron Hunters write romance, and when they do, it's probably the most hit or miss thing I've ever seen. Sometimes they do it so well, and other times it shouldn't exist. And sometimes the romance makes characters out of character, they just be dramatic just to start conflict so the story can go on. Just crap like that's annoying, and no, you don't want that to happen. But sadly, that's a common thing to expect in Warrior Cats books. But this romance with Crowfeather and Feathertail, Leaf Pool, and Nightcloud is actually it's a main plot in Warriors. Alright, Let me break it down for you. Hold up.
I like these two. I like these two a little more. I hate Nightcloud in every single page she's mentioned.
But the reason I like Leafpool and him together the most is because ya boy and ya girl and ya other boy, I don't know. Lion Blaze is alright, but Jay Feather and Holly Leaf are like my favorite characters in Warrior Cats after Firestar. Maybe even Firestar tier. They're on the same tier. I just they're so interesting. Their perspectives reading it in the Power of Three. Lion Blaze too. Okay, he gets a lot of slack, but he's actually your cool guy. I like him. He's cool too. But oh my gosh, without them, like them wouldn't be a them. They'd just be never.
And also, the drama between these two, I love it. I love it.
I love everything from the liar revealed, like Holly Leaf going crazy, and oh my god, the part when they figured out who their parents were, it was just so dramatic, and I loved it.
I was sad and all that Feathertail died and everything, but it lacked that complexity between Leafpool and Crowfeather. Everything about their relationship, there was just so much between them. There are many layers there, you know? Like maybe if Feathertail had continued living, maybe their relationship would have been more interesting, but she died before it could really get going. Her last words were really, they did get to me, but I don't know, she just wasn't around, and we hardly ever got to be in her perspective. You kind of grow more attached to the people you read their POV in, so, and Nightcloud.
So the last thing I'll talk about is Nightcloud. Do I want to? She doesn't even deserve the attention to be mentioned. I have like no sympathy for her. But there's like different versions of Nightcloud. There's the version of her in the books where she's just mean. Her and Breeze Pelt, they're just mean. There's nothing redeemable about them. All they care about is getting Crowfeather's attention, but they do it in the worst way. They do it by hurting other people, and Crowfeather isn't doing much either. And she was just, you know what she was. She was. The other version of her is how people think they remember her. People kind of, because there's this thing going on I noticed for a long time in the Warrior Cats fandom. People remember things differently. People remember things better than they actually were. And it would have been better, this version of Nightcloud. It would have been so much better. Maybe she would have, yeah, maybe she'd be my favorite. But people remember her as someone who just she had unrequited love with Crowfeather. She wanted to do everything for him. All she wanted was to know that he cared. Maybe that is kind of her, but that's not what she did. But that version of her is implying that she did good things, and she never did. You gotta reread it if you don't believe me. She never did anything good. Ever. Every word out of her mouth, I remember, was just anger. She was always upset about something or feeling entitled about something. It was just, she was annoying.
About Breeze Pelt. Breeze Pelt was lost opportunity, his character. They could have done like a Zuko kind of character with him, but instead they made him kind of a one-dimensional angry person, like they did with Nightcloud. Like I said, people remember them kind of differently than they are, because what we remember is a better version of them. It's more interesting that way. It would have been more interesting if Breeze Pelt was, maybe he tried to do things to please his father and not stupid things like join the forces of hell. Boy. Not just that though, he attacked Jayfeather when he was escorting a pregnant lady. He hurt the pregnant lady, I think, and also really hurt Jayfeather bad. It was scary and borderline unforgivable. I mean, what kind of person attacks a blind person? What is wrong with you?
But when I say lost opportunity, they could have made him like angry like that at first. Just angry at everything, mad at the world, and just a brat, an unlikable brat. Unlike Jayfeather, who is a likable brat, in my opinion. All of this is my opinion. But instead of just having him stay angry, maybe he could have started getting along with the three. Like, maybe becoming kind of siblings with them, you know? That would have been interesting. That would have been so interesting, boy. But no. He just stayed mad, and I'm gonna have to brace myself for seeing him in this book. But I always got, like, a Naruto Sasuke vibe between, Breeze Pelt and Lion Blaze. That would have been such an interesting plot. Like, they're just sworn enemies, rivals. That's where I thought it was going. But no, Breeze Pelt just stayed the same. He just stayed angry. Like, with Sasuke and Naruto, I haven't seen Naruto, but they clearly become friends later. Or, it's kind of, you could argue that it's a little ambiguous. They're not openly friends, they're just, they have respect for each other, honey. And it's just so, it's so good. Yeah, I like rival relationships written like that.
I feel like maybe the Aaron Hunters have all these good ideas, but they don't develop them. They plant all these seeds and breadcrumbs for like potential, and it doesn't go anywhere. What's up with that? I may just be imagining this. Maybe I can't remember, but I think there was one scene where Hollyleaf and Breeze Pelt had like a moment when they were going to the mountains or whatever. That was a long time ago. I don't know. Maybe there wasn't. But just things like that. Things that hinted that Breeze Pelt was secretly good and wanted to make amends with the three. That would have just been more interesting than just having him stay angry. Like, who wants to read about that? He's just being mean to our characters that we love. Like, just imagine if Breeze Pelt and Jayfeather actually eventually became friends. They would have been like the sass team, boy. They would have been so sassy together, and Crowfeather sassy.
Whatever, it was just lost potential, and that's all I'm gonna say. Yay, looking forward to this show.
So I flip to a random page again. First thing I see.
Crowfeather found himself crouching in utter darkness. Bruh, you know I just flipped to a random page and he's already edgy.
Utter darkness. As long as Leafpool's there with you.
It's really intimidating. Like, I don't know if I want to read this actually. I don't know. I'm not scared, I'm just... So now that we all have context, let's just jump right into it, shall we? Got my candy. Got the book. Let's roll.
Crowfeather knew what she would say to him when she woke. Her dedication and her loyalty to ThunderClan was part of why he loved her.
See, this is why I like them the best. He knows her so well. The bond goes so deep down. It's just perfect. They're perfect for each other. If I do survive, I'm finished with love. It only ended in pain and loss, an ache in his belly, as if he swallowed jagged stones. From now on, I'll only worry about my clan. No more love, not ever again. That was one heck of a prologue. That was actually pretty good.
Honestly, if I saw that damn thing in my living room, I'd stomp on it until it was a small brown stain.
I think that Breeze Pelt just ruined my Frosted Flakes. They taste like crap now. The clan would almost be better off if something happened to Breeze Pelt, Gorsetail meowed. Like a badger took care of him or something. But bruh, get a load of this. It was horrible to hear them talking about his son like that, but the worst of it was he couldn't disagree with them.
Is this book gonna try to redeem Breeze Pelt? You're gonna have to do a lot to do that for me.
She's so basically basic. She's literally making my sock.
Although it does occur to me that Crowfeather basically used Nightcloud, she didn't have, that's not an excuse to act the way she does. That doesn't help anyone. You're making it a million times worse. I forgot that the term for pooing in Warrior Cats is making dirt. Oh my lord. Yo, did we just encounter fallen leaves? An animal I've never seen before, like a glowing pure white cat. It looked right at me, like it wanted to tell me something. Fallen Leaves isn't pure white, but he is a spirit that lives in the tunnels, so what if it's him? I think it's funny how Crowfeather keeps subtly, or not so subtly, dissing Hairspring, who was chosen to be deputy over him. This is who One Star chose over me, a warrior who can barely catch a rabbit and now believes in ghosts, some deputy. Like, jeez. Crowfeather, you need to chill with that, okay? Hairspring's doing his best.
On the positive side, though, Crowfeather doesn't seem to be out of character. Like, the voice, sometimes in Super Editions, it's like the voice of the cat. In their narration, it doesn't seem like themselves, like they didn't get the character right, they're out of character for some reason. But here, it's definitely Crowfeather.
Wait a second, how can Crowfeather question the existence of ghosts when they just fought a war against ghosts?
Stale. Perhaps we should report it to One Star. What can he do about it?
Girl, what can One Star do about anything? One Star just told Crowfeather to stop being angry. And plot twist, it just made him angrier.
Crowfeather was silent as his claws flexing in and out, struggling to calm himself. Part of him felt as if he could leap onto One Star and rake his claws through his leader's tabby fur. Okay, but can you do it?
I forgot how hilarious Crowfeather's anger issues and outbursts were. Living for this drama.
You know how much I sacrificed?
I think that Breeze Pelt only joined the Dark Forest. Well, I thought that Breeze Pelt only joined the Dark Forest because the Dark Forest cats were the only ones who showed him that they cared. And then I realized that he was just pure evil. That's just the layered version we remember him as. In actuality, he was just a dick. Do you think it could be the Dark Forest cats? Could they have come back to get revenge? Of course not.
Dark forest cats wouldn't come back as white, would they? White is sort of like StarClan.
Yo, I forgot that Breezepelt and Heathertail were mates.
This book seems to be kind of what Bramblestar's Storm was to ThunderClan. Bramblestar's Storm showed the aftermath of the dark forest battle in ThunderClan, and this is you're kind of seeing it here in this book, but in WindClan.
Oh my gosh, One Star making Crowfeather go along with the patrol that had Breezepelt and Nightcloud in the patrol was probably the worst and best idea he's ever had. There's so much drama already, okay? They're starting to vent to each other. Kind of healthy. They're getting it out in front of each other. You gotta see this. You need to set an example to others. Start being kind to him. How's the clan supposed to accept him if his father treats him like rotten prey? It's kind of hard to bond with a cat who only thinks of himself. When he's so quick to think that every cat is against him, stubborn, can't even pretend he feels bad about the mistakes he's made. And then Nightcloud says, really, that sounds an awfully lot like another Tom I know. Oh my gosh, that was savage. I don't like Nightcloud, but that was pretty good. That got him. Point to Nightcloud.
Don't you dare make me sympathize with Nightcloud. No. Stop. Stop! In all seriousness, though, I can kind of sense that those versions of Nightcloud and Breezepelt that we want to remember them by instead of just pure evil like they actually were in the main series, they're kind of coming to light, actually, in this book. Like those missing layers I was complaining about earlier, I can kind of see them in this book. Like, Nightcloud isn't just constantly harping on how Crowfeather is such a terrible person. I mean, she's doing that, but she isn't constantly praying death upon Leafpool. And no, she's talking about how she tried and failed to keep Crowfeather's horribly dysfunctional family together, which is actually kind of deep. And Breezepelt isn't constantly wanting to murder people, surprisingly, like he was in the main series. He was. I'm not crazy. Go back and look. He was constantly trying to murder people, I swear. I'm very curious, though. Does Breezepelt secretly want to help deep down?
That wave of sadness just hit me. Like, you know how I was previously saying that I wish that the Aaron Hunters expanded upon Breezepelt's relationship in regards to the three, like maybe have more interaction there, make them closer, more complex or something. It just hit me that Breezepelt, if he had grown up alongside the three, Lionblaze, Hollyleaf, Jayfeather, I think he would have been a better person.
I got my eyes on you. You're everything that I see. I won't show high love and emotion endlessly. I can't get over you.
Anyone want to tell me what a stoat is?
So I remember when I flipped to a random page back when I found it at Barnes & Noble, I saw the word stoat, and since it rhymed with goat, I just associated it with goat. But its description is not very goat-like. Plus, why would there be goats in the tunnel? What was I thinking?
Okay, these stoats are actually ultra vicious. I wasn't expecting this.
So, based on the Aaron Hunter's actual description of stoats, I drew a picture of what I imagined, and it was this kind of like evil long rat thingies, but I want to look up if it's actually what they are. I don't know. I think they're rodents of some kind. Whoa. Holy crap. I looked up stoat, and it actually looks kind of almost like what I drew. Not bad, actually. I'm genuinely surprised. I didn't know what they were, really.
Now that I think about it, let's just appreciate the amazing imagery in this book. Hold on, let me show you.
Crowfeather's chest felt as if he had swallowed a thorny rose stem.
Yeah, I don't know, that line just stood out to me. I liked it. There's stuff like that throughout, actually, like imagery that really puts you in the character's shoes by using like taste and touch, and it's kind of, but the Aaron Hunters kind of have it unique to Warriors. Like you wouldn't see that line in, I don't know, Hunger Games. You would see it in this book, Warrior Cats. I thought that was cool.
I actually kind of like how Heathertail's knowledge of the tunnels comes in handy in this situation. Like, it comes back. That's pretty cool. And, well, I used to dislike Heathertail. I used to hate a lot of characters in this book. But I don't know. I'm scared. The reason I used to dislike Heathertail, though, was because I thought that, oh, she only made Breeze Pelt her mate to get to Lion Blaze. Petty. She probably did, kind of, but in this book, you kind of see how she kind of does care for Breeze Pelt. Like, she's worried about him.
I was even starting to warm up to One Star of all people, until he threw some shade at ThunderClan.
One Star, do you think we should warn ThunderClan? No. We'll keep this to ourselves for now. WindClan can solve this problem without involving ThunderClan or their inexperienced new leader.
Alright, One Star. Bramblestar has survived fires. He's been through the mountains, across the sea. He's survived squirrel flight. I think he has more experience than you do.
Something's always stopping Crowfeather from talking to Breeze Pelt, whether it be himself or other people. Kind of interesting.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So the patrol just split up, and now Crowfeather's alone with Breeze Pelt, and they're gonna search for Nightcloud. I'm ready for the drama. I'm ready. Ha, they're all like, oh no, it's ThunderClan.
Meanwhile, I'm like, you bet it's ThunderClan.
So Crowfeather just got hurt in the tunnels, and I have a feeling they're about to meet up with the ThunderClan cats who are also in the tunnels. I think since he's hurt, there's gonna be a scene where Leafpool treats his shoulder. Remember I said it. This book is actually pretty good. I have ThunderClan pride, honey. You don't understand. See? Watch this.
Wait. I don't know what that test be smoking, but that is not right.
Okay, snap that earlier prediction. The ThunderClans just escorted them off the territory. Because they're awesome. I'm ThunderClan. I don't care. I'm ThunderClan.
One star? More like one brain cell. Does anyone else cringe when it talks about their fur being ripped out and their claws? Whoa. Black Star. It's been a while, my dude. It's been a while.
It's getting heated. It's getting heated!
Jay Feather could even be hostile to the cats he liked, so it was hard to tease out what he was actually feeling. Where does he get that from?
Bruh, 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 bruh.
Crowfeather remembered too the curious sadness he had felt at the gathering when he'd seen the animosity between Lionblaze and Breezepelt. They're both my sons, even though neither of them probably wants me for a father, and I don't even know what's going on with Jay Feather. Neither do I, Crowfeather. Neither do I.
One criticism I do have of it, even though I'm enjoying it a lot, but there's a bit too many flashbacks of the same thing, and there's a little bit too many times where he's repeating the same thing in his thoughts. Just something I wanted to point out.
Sorry, I randomly had to comment on this, but it's been on my mind for a while. What's the point in showing people a vision if there's nothing they can do about it?
Featherpaw has the hots for Hootpaw. I'm calling it, and I ship it.
I think the reason that us, like the readers, and Lionblaze, Jay Feather, Hollyleaf, I think the reason and we have hated Breezepelt so much is because we've literally only seen the worst of him. And in this book, it's kind of conflicting because we're seeing more of him, and in this book it's revealing like that there's more to him, and more to Crowfeather and Nightcloud as well. I don't know.
They're kind of cute. Don't you fall for it. Don't.
Bruh, just call Cook's Pest Control, oh my god.
Bramblestar, Jay Feather, Lionblaze. When multiple people from your past walk in the room.
It's almost midnight, and One Star's still being an idiot.
I'm telling you quite clearly that we don't need help. Firestar would have understood that, but alas, he's gone.
Did you just use Firestar to insult Bramblestar? You are on a whole new level of unacceptable. This book would probably be shorter if One Star wasn't such a jerk because he's holding everything back. Why though?
I feel sorry for ThunderClan stuck with you as leader when every cat knows the bad blood you've inherited.
What did you say? What did you say? You did not just say that.
Okay, son. We're gonna go fight the stoats. What? You're calling me son now? Come on, let's go. Crowfeather, I don't see them. Wait. Get him off me, get him off me! No, you get him off me!
Where have you guys been?
Hi, One Star. We were gonna tell you that Nightcloud is alive.
Yeah, whatever. We're gonna plug the hole.
The hole?
The hole of the stoats. We're gonna plug it.
With your head?
No, we're gonna plug it. That way they can't get out.
Won't that just make them spread to ThunderClan's territory? That doesn't actually fix the problem.
Say that again.
Won't it just spread to ThunderClan's territory?
Ooh, yes, say it again.
It will spread to ThunderClan's territory. Again. It will spread to ThunderClan's territory.
It's amazing, isn't it? I love it. Yes, we have to do it. We have to plug the hole.
Sorry, but that's...
The stupidest thing I've ever heard.
What did you just say to me? I said that your plan was stupid, and we should be getting ThunderClan's help. Is this a personal attack? What did I ever do to you? Why are you so annoying? Dude, I just...
You know what? Forget it. You're banished.
What?
You're gone. Banished. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you later.
It just keeps coming. It just keeps coming.
I like how non-clan cats view the clan cats as lunatics. It gives me life.
Bruh. Crowfeather just came back, like snuck back to Wind Clan to get Breezepelt to come along with his plan to get Nightcloud back. And literally every cat who spots him is like, hey, I'm coming too!
Crowfeather spun around to see dogs pouring out of a hole in the entrance to the two-legged inn. At first sight, there seemed to be a whole clan of them, but he quickly realized that there were only 5.
Only 5? Who owns that many dogs? 5 is a whole pack.
Hey, they found Nightcloud. Okay, I guess she's okay now. I guess I don't hate her as much. Plot twist. It was me the whole time. I was the two-leg holding Nightcloud captive. She was here.
Uh-oh. Look like Nightcloud been busy.
What is this on my head? What is this on my head? This some two-leg trickery.
I'm kind of happy that the Stoats attacked Wind Clan because it just further proves my point of how idiotic One Star is. Serves him right. I mean, it's a sick thing to say. But what did you expect would happen, One Star?
You could have cost cats' lives by not being here. You did cost one cat's life. Mine. Bruh, no one cares that you lost a life, One Star. Lose another one. Lose a million lives.
He no longer felt an ache when he imagined Leafpool without him. Now he only felt admiration and hoped that she was happy. I can live with that. That's pretty good. I like that. They're accepting each other, like they've moved on. That's good.
Bramblestar let out an angry snort. I thought one star was an experienced leader. He said he had it under control. Ah!
Crowfeather just saved Leafpool from a stoat, and it was everything. I love them so much. He would do anything for her, but like he gotta push it down. He gotta push the feelings down. They moved on. It's so good. Leafpool and Crowfeather just confided to one another, and she gave him advice on his situation with Nightcloud and Breezepelt, and now he and Nightcloud are working it out, and I feel like I'm gonna cry. Everything is going so good. Like, the scenes are so good. It's so good. It's so good. Also, I like how Crowfeather keeps getting annoyed at the mention of Pickle when Nightcloud says, "Yeah, Pickle, he was really nice to me, unlike you."
Boy, if you ever mention this name to me again.
I like how at this next gathering, everybody's like talking about their problems, then Misty Star's like, "RiverClan's fine." Yep. RiverClan's doing just fine. Okay, so get this. Brimble starts saying, if these stoats aren't stopped, they could easily spread to ShadowClan and RiverClan. What? Blackstar started up as if he'd been half dozing. His eyes were wide with alarm. He was asleep the whole time, I bet. The whole time Blackstar was dozing. I'm telling you. This guy, I miss him. Even though he was a weirdo, I miss him. Breezepelt just saved Lionblaze from a stoat.
Lionblaze and Breezepelt just made up. Yay. Yay.
Witness the evolution of my hatred for Breezepelt morph into begrudging respect. Oh my gosh. Crowfeather just made up with Lionblaze. Like, they kind of left it to where Lionblaze doesn't think of him as his dad, but he acknowledged, like, hey, it's okay, I forgive you, and it's all in the past. We're good. We're cool. I know we're cool. It's hard to remember how it felt before.
Something tells me that making up with Jay Feather is not gonna be as easy.
Spoilers, I was right.
Please give me burdock root, Jay Feather. Please give me burdock root. Please.
Hello? Leafpool? Ah! Can I help you? I just needed some burdock root. Burdock root? Is it for Breezepelt? The guy who scarred me physically and mentally for life? Yeah, I need some burdock. Yeah, you know what? I just checked, we're out. Completely out. Out? Yup. What are the chances?
No, we started. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. I'll tell you. When I see you again.
Okay, Crowfeather, come back. Wait, you're giving me burdock root? Yeah, I happen to find some left over. You can have it. Whoa, thanks. Wait, was that leaf pool? Get out of here!
Yeah, that went about as well as it could go. No, don't be sad, Crowfeather. I think you did good. That's as good as you're gonna get with Jayfeather.
I did it. I finished the book. There's also this cool manga section at the end. I thought that was pretty cool. Crowfeather becoming deputy after Hairstar becomes later. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, my heart is pounding. I just finished. Yeah. Yeah, I just read all day. Now I gotta gather my thoughts. Okay, so I took a couple notes, and one thing I wanted to touch on was the themes. I noticed, there are pretty well depicted themes of redemption and forgiveness in this book, as well as loneliness, I would say, and basically just moving on, and that's definitely a fresh theme to see in Warrior Cats of all things. It kind of felt like you were reading from the point of view of a human father, who had just gotten separated from his family figuratively because he closes his heart to everyone, since it just ends with him getting hurt, and he's just a jerk to people as a result. And that was interesting to explore that side of Crowfeather. It also explores Crowfeather's kind of hypocrisy, I would say, because he has to confront that Breezepelt was an outcast in this book, but he was an outcast too when the whole drama went down with Leafpool. He can relate very much to Breezepelt's situation. Definitely. And he definitely acknowledged what was wrong with him and Nightcloud. Yeah, a prevalent theme in this book is definitely the dangers of isolating yourself and your heart, and you're around nothing but your anger. And it's nice to see Crowfeather get past that in a believable way. Another thing I wanted to say was, it's nice to see that, here's what I was afraid of, that we were gonna pretend that the previous books never happened, and it almost felt that way. Let me explain. To specify, I was afraid they would be out of character. Like, Breezepelt, like I said before earlier, he and Nightcloud were bad people. They objectively were not good. But unlike I had initially thought, this book gave them those missing layers and developed them, like I was complaining earlier. Like, oh my gosh, they planted so many seeds and they didn't really have them grow. I think I saw them grow in this book in a believable manner. What I mean is, it felt like they got a redemption arc without it feeling like they got away scot-free. And I think that was very important, because some of the stuff they did was not good in the past, but they made up with people from their past, they made up with each other, and it was really good.
This book was a pleasant journey. It really was. I didn't know what to expect other than delicious, glorious drama. And there is plenty of that if you are in for it for the tea. You should definitely hit this book up. But if you're like me in the fact that you aren't really interested in continuing Warrior Cats, but you want to like dip your toe in to kind of see how it's been doing, or kind of have a book to leave the Warrior Cats series off in a memorable light in your head, this is definitely the book to go. Picking this book up, it feels like I never left.
Like I said, I thought it had an abundance of clever themes that fit the character and the story. I didn't think Crowfeather or anyone was out of character like I was afraid would happen. His growth into maturity, even though he's already an adult, felt pretty natural, I think. And in character, he seemed like he genuinely wanted to make up for the past, and so did Breeze Pelt, despite everything. The wave of nostalgia, it's flowing. It's flowing, man. Returning to the series, I thought was gonna be, I don't know, not a bad idea, but I was wary, but it was really good. Not just for nostalgia. I think it was well written. I thought the plots were good, and everything came back full circle. That's nice to see.
I'm sorry I had to comment on like every little thing. This video is gonna be pretty long. I don't know how it's gonna export. I don't even know how to make videos. I don't know how to do any of this. But I had to comment on every single thing. This book is a literal gold mine. You don't understand. Literally every page, something dramatic was happening, and you should give it a go. I recommend it.
Of course, now you've spoiled yourself. Bruh.
But yeah, thank you to anyone who, for whatever reason, decided to sit through all of this. Thank you. I don't know what's gotten into you. Are you crazy? But yeah, it's been a journey for both of us, I guess, then. Thank you. I tried to put together everything the best I could, but we'll see how it goes. Ta-ta!
It's hard to remember how it felt before. Now I found the love of my life. Past these things get more comfortable.
What did it cost? Everything.